Yep, this is where me being a nerd all started. And now it seems like TikTok is trying to emulate a nerdy culture with the whole you have to nerd out challenge. But here's the thing, some people still don't get what it actually means to have an interest when it's not tied to a trend. It's not always about dropping cash on the latest collectible like a Labubu, which, by the way, that thing still creeps me out. Really, people just need to stop cosplaying their personality for clout. But hey, a girl can hope, I guess.
Capitalism ate with the nerd shaming, dude. They were really like, hey, you need to make fun of and ostracize the people who are really interested in knowledge. They're bad and they're weird.
Hey, so I don't necessarily agree that the ostracization of nerds happens solely based on capitalism, because you can see people being excluded from groups in pre-capitalist societies. I do find it really weird how the term nerd is constantly changing and how everyone wants to identify themselves as being a nerd. Well, according to TikTok is its own place. To be honest, like whenever I get off the app, I'm like, wow, everything was a lie. There has been such a cultural flip on how nerds are in society and geeks as well. Nerds in like shows and movies in Hollywood, they would have the big old glasses. They would be really introverted to themselves, don't talk to nobody. And then now everyone's, oh, I want to be introverted. Oh, I want to wear glasses. Oh, big on glasses. Because I remember I've been wearing glasses since first or second grade. And that would irritate me when people would just be wearing glasses just so they can look smart. I had to pay money to see y'all, and y'all get to walk around with these free 3D glasses and think it's so cute. No, it's not. That used to irritate me. Everyone wants to fit into an aesthetic. It's like Divergent, but instead of being placed in a certain section against your will, people are wanting to put themselves in a certain category. But there's a problem with this. A lot of people like to switch out their aesthetics too often or switch out their persona too often, mainly because the persona that's trending is their way to social climb. This society is such at a standstill right now just because of political landscape and environmental changes. People don't know what to expect in the future. It's rare to hear people say what they want to see in 2080 that's not like destruction. Compared to in the 90s and 80s, people were like, oh my gosh, I believe in 2010 we're gonna have flying cars and we're gonna be in the air. No one's saying that. All they're saying is destruction. And I'm just like, there's no hope. People are losing hope, or they are losing expectation for what is coming next. That's why a lot of trends keep on resurfacing, mainly because people are realizing that they haven't really truly appreciated the past. Because they haven't truly appreciated the past and they fear that time is running out, they were like, okay, let me hop onto these trends. Let me see what was actually going on in that decade. Let me try to emulate that decade to feel something. Nostalgia, basically.
1, 2, 3, go!
Yapping about nostalgia. That's basically it. People want to feel something. Exploring these new interests and hobbies is not bad. Don't get me wrong. I'm not going to be that person when I'm like, oh, I was in Kpop in 2014. You got into Kpop in 2025. I'm so much better than you. No. It's just that a lot of people are doing it for validation. That's the problem.
The downfall of fan culture as we knew it was going from Tumblr to the TikTok FYP system. TikTok doesn't really do well with making community, and the concept of a For You page kind of led to a level of entitlement, and I mean that on a very base level. What's happening is people are expecting everything to be catered to their sensibilities and to be made for them. So if everybody's saying, well, I don't like that, it must be bad, and then the policing the moral high grounds of fandom that's happening now, it's like eating away at all the fun.
One of the biggest changes in fandom cultures is that a lot of people are just entering fandoms without going through the journey. For me, it took me a while to even realize that I like superhero comics. It is a process. You have to learn more about yourself to understand what you like and what you dislike. But a lot of people are skipping that step and just scrolling on their For You page. In pre-social media era, it wasn't like that. You had to go through the process to truly understand what you like. You could talk to people. People would get you into certain things, but we're losing that connection of hearing other people's opinions about certain interests and hobbies, actually seeing them do those certain interests and hobbies and not on the screen. It's such a difference. Like, even now, I want to get into certain hobbies. For example, I want to get into sewing because I love clothes. I love fashion. But I would rather hear it from people who I physically see on a basis. I feel like that would interest me more than seeing someone online tell me, oh, this is trending, you should sew. No, that's not my cup of tea. But a lot of people, I feel like, don't know themselves, and that's why they keep on trend hopping. It's so easy to do it because once it's mainstream, it's so much easier to access. I don't know if people are going to be mad about this. I don't really care. But I think we should bring that gatekeeping. Gatekeep everything. Oh my gosh, that is the problem to everything in society right now. We have been too open to the point where everyone has access to everything. There has to be some type of gatekeeping culture. And when I say gatekeep, I'm not talking about people who are excluding people just because of their ego. I'm not talking about that. When I talk about gatekeeping, what I'm talking about is protecting these cultural spaces. Yes, being a nerd is cultural, right? These cultural spaces so that it would be a safe sanctuary for these people to actually talk about their interests, meet people who also love their interests, and build deeper connections. Because let's be honest, certain things I was interested in middle school, I would have been bullied for. I was bullied. Like K-pop, people would nitpick on me for liking K-pop. Anime, people would nitpick. Superhero comics, people would quiz me and nitpick. It's just like you can never win. But once I found those safe spots on the internet for the interests of mine, it became better and I felt more open to verbally share my interests. Honestly, a lot of people are nerds. Not gonna lie, a lot of people in society are quote unquote nerds or they just don't feel comfortable with sharing it because people love to judge. That's really it. That's why when I say gatekeeping, we need to bring back safe spots. Once you open your space up for people from many different backgrounds, you don't know how that's going to shift the fandom. When a hobby or interest becomes mainstream, there's a lot of pushback for it. And I understand why. It's often because it lost that special sauce, that special space that was created. Now, since it's accessible to everyone, people feel as though they are quote unquote basic. Being basic in America is like a death sentence for some people. They don't want to be basic because in American society and in a lot of cultures, more Western cultures, being basic means that you aren't trying enough. You're not special. Everyone wants to be special. People are special, but society likes to say the opposite. But also, once it becomes more accessible to everyone, it becomes more expensive. Oh my gosh, K-pop tickets? Like, I'm glad K-pop got mainstream, because if not, I wouldn't see my face. But at what price? $500, that's the price. No, not even $500. $1,000, $10,000. To see them dance around on the stage. That's the thing that gets me. I would never pay that money. I would never pay that much money to see them dance around on the stage. I refuse to see a man on the stage. Me being a fan since 2014, it's like the fandom outpriced me. I cannot afford being a K-pop fan, which is so sad to say. And even people who love Lego builds. Like, I was thinking about getting into Lego builds, and I saw those prices. I was like, oh no, that's okay. That is okay. Like, I can't get into other hobbies because it had become mainstream at some point in time. And it's so expensive. It's so expensive. Now the accent coming out. Unless the demand goes down, the prices are going to keep on rising. Which, that's such a shame because there's so many hobbies I want to get into, man. I have a lot of hobbies already. I love hobbies. I love interests. I just don't like being bored. I'm trying to work on that. Every fandom has an internal hierarchy. It is everywhere. You can't run away from it. But mainstreaming that interest or hobby or being really niche amplifies this hierarchy system.
Listen to me when I say this. There is no such thing as being not nerdy enough or not niche enough. Nerdy doesn't equal niche. People can be nerds about anything, but you guys are so far up your ass and you can think for a second, maybe I'm not the center of attention and maybe people have different interests than me. Or maybe people can be nerdy about mainstream things.
When hierarchies emerge from popularity, their hierarchies are based off of, I would say, consumerism. How much are you willing to spend on this interest and hobby? So it often creates a more competitive environment, something I really dislike. I can see that in every fandom, like anime, their consumerism is mainly consuming as much animes as you can. If you haven't watched like the most popular animes or like the most mainstream animes like Naruto, people think you're a fake fan. Which honestly, I don't think that's fair, because what if they really like Naruto? I like Naruto. What's the deal? I remember one guy, I said in anime club, which that was my mistake, going to anime club. Never again. I said my favorite anime was Haikyuu. They said, oh, that's so basic. Why don't you watch JJK or something? I didn't ask for opinion. I was literally responding to your question. My favorite anime is Haikyuu. That's that. Why do you feel the need to invalidate my personal interests? I didn't ask for that. That's the hierarchy I was talking about. But there's also the niche hierarchies. This is when people feel as though they understand the culture, the interests better than anyone else, and that they were there for the longest. We see that a lot in music genres. People will always say, I was there for so-and-so era. I was there at their first concert. No one cares. No one cares. People get mad at that, but they love to shove that down your throats. And that if you weren't there for the beginning, then you're not the biggest fan. You don't deserve those concert tickets, etc., etc. It's just exhausting. I just shut a lot of stuff out because I'm like, ain't no way you're acting like this in real life. Please tell me this is a false reality that you're creating. Certain things I hear on the internet, I'm like, ain't no way. No, for real, ain't no way. Ain't no way you're thinking like this, because why would you think like that? This is not a competition. We're trying to build a community, not a hierarchy. We'll see where society reached next, but this was really interesting to hear that everyone is a nerd. You and I are a nerd. Wow. Didn't think I would see today. It's also a good thing, low-key, I think, because now people will stop quizzing me. Alright? I had so many instances where people would quiz me because they didn't believe I was into an interest or hobby. Like, comic books? Always. Anime? Always. Even freaking K-pop. They quizzed me on how much I know about BTS. Are you their manager? If I get all the answers right, are you gonna give me a concert ticket? Why are you quizzing me? I don't know, that's also another topic for another day. I hope you guys like this video. Please leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Please let me know down in the comments what you guys think about this trend. I really hope this trend doesn't last too long, but it's really fun and it's nice to see people sharing their interests and are open to share their interests. Just because people are weird, people will bully you for whatever. They will find anything that's cringy and then just shame me for it. But I'm glad people are taking this step. That sounds so bad. Like, oh my gosh. Please don't get scared for sharing or being more open for your interests. Please do it. It's so much fun. Honestly, this channel is like my nerdy channel, my geeky channel. Like, I'm just talking about random talking. Talking about shows and movies. I'm doing character analysis. So please, if you want to watch more, subscribe to the channel and look through my catalog because I have some videos and I will be consistent. I'll post it. I hope to see you guys in the next video. Bye!